same? Or any,
Yeah,
you know,
everything's same.
Everything's same. And everybody got through that okay as far as health, Brandon, John, et
Yep,
cetera?
yep.
So that you haven't been able to
As
see
far as I
for a
know,
while.
yeah. I think CDR is sick, I think, but
CDR is sick.
yeah, and Larry's still got the back spasms, but other than that, yeah, the guys that played got through fine.
Sounds seemed like he returned to himself, well, looked more like himself last night. And having Corey pick up the scoring the way he has and have those two options, what does that do as far as you and what your flexibility is?
Well, one thing John did last night was he drove the ball to the basket, and he was able to get to the rim. And it hasn't been for lack of trying that he hasn't been able to get there. He's just had trouble getting by people. And last night he kind of just caught it, made quick decisions, and he's one of our better finishers. He's also a guy that can, on occasion, go in there and get contact and go to the line. And we need him to go in there. Not only I know John can make his 17-footer, but we need attempts at the rim as well. And he's got some craftiness around the basket. And last night, one of our goals, they don't have great basket protection, was to get in there, and he did a good job of it.
It seemed like you all played with more sense of urgency last night. How do you build off that, or at least carry it over to this game?
Well, that's what we have to do. We haven't done a good enough job this year of beating the teams around or below that have our own record. So, if we want to make any sort of significant move, that's important. We're going to have our hands full with plenty of the other teams, but you can't take any game for granted in the league. You got to be ready to play. And on tonight's game, for instance, they're much better at home, and have good young talent. And we played last night, got in late. We need to get out there early in the game, get ourselves going.
Should be an interesting point guard matchup between Brandon and John. And Brandon no longer having any restrictions on him. Do you expect him to really want to get up and down the court tonight?
Well, I hope so. Wall's a tough cover. Wall's got, he's got the tremendous speed and quickness and size and strength, and sometimes those guys have been difficult for Brandon to deal with, only because he's got more of a slight frame. But he's got to try to counter it on the other end. Get into the paint himself and make good decisions and knock down his jump shot. And it's just another game under his belt, back from injury, and hopefully he can continue to build up his stamina and get his skill back.
Is Chris available tonight or not?
I'm not sure yet.
You see, Brandon hitting some of those jumpers, that'll really diversify his game. Just so far, he just
Look, I
hasn't
mean,
been able to.
there's nothing, there's no reason to run from the fact that so far in his career he's struggled to make the jump shot inside the three-point line. I mean, that's the fact. That's a fact. That's and it's something he's got to improve in, and finishing at the rim and making those jumpers inside the three. He's good with his feet set from three. And on a given game, some balls will go in, but just the consistency of last night he had very good open looks. And look, I mean, Brandon's never been hurt in his life. He's never missed time like this. Hasn't been a long life yet, but he's never gone through anything like this. So he deserves some time to get his legs back under him and get out there, bang bodies, and get the feel of the game back.
Is this a different team with McGee? You said you could get to the rim last night. Is this going to be tougher?
Yeah, it is. He goes. I mean, we want to go in there still, but
sure.
He's around the basket. He's very athletic, and he runs the floor well. We just got to be smart. When we go in there tonight, if we can finish, and that's great. But if we can, cause the defense to collapse and pitch it out for good open shots, I mean, those are the good decisions we need to make.